We've got a Lennox unit today with a no heat call. It's a heat pump. So I checked the air handler out. Air handler's running. Dampers are open. It does have an economizer on it, so I made sure that the economizer wasn't jammed open. It's not. So we're going to go ahead and open this guy up and troubleshoot why we've got no, why the unit's not running. So the condensing unit is not running at all. So we're going to open up the electrical section and diagnose. So when I open the electrical section, nothing's jumping out at me as being abnormal, but I need to open up the manual to find out what the LED lights mean. But I mean, it's not scaring me. It's obviously got power because we have an LED, but let's just start with the basics. 3-phase power coming in and we'll go from there. Line 1 to line 2. Line 2 to line 3. Line 1 to line 3. So we've got 3-phase power coming into the unit. So really we need to see if we have a call for heating now. My low voltage terminal block is right here. Everything's labeled nice and easy. R, H, C, C1. So the way they're doing it is H1 is the heating call, C1 is the cooling call, C is our common, R is our power. So we'll test it right now. R to common, 24 volts. Now we're going to go common to heating, and we get 24 volts. So we have a heating call, but we're not turning on, so we got to figure that out now. So the next place would be to follow our schematic, and I'll tell you right now, it's more than likely going to be a problem in the pressure controls. So we're going to go ahead and put some service gauges on the unit and see what that does. So we've got standing pressures in the system, and if you look at this is one of the cool features of the new S-Man 480 is I've got my return and supply temps inside here all the way through that brick wall about 30 feet in the building, and we're getting air temperature readings right now. I do dig that. So it doesn't say it on here. I couldn't find a sequence for the circuit board and the LED lights, but I ended up downloading the service manual. And according to the service manual, a solid green and no red at all indicates a high pressure lockout. So I imagine if I power cycle this unit, we should fire it up. Let's try it. So I power cycled it. Let's give it a second, make sure we don't have a delay. Okay, we are running now, so we're just watching the system operate, seeing what happens here. As you can see, we are in the heating mode. My supply air temperature is at the bottom, so we're slowly heating up right now. I suspect that this unit is going to have dirty filters. The air handler is located very high in the ceiling, so I came out here and put my gauges on it first, but I suspect we're going to have plugged up air filters, which is probably going to cause a high head pressure issue as this unit runs longer and longer. This is a heat pump if I didn't say that already, so. We are running in the heating mode right now. We're going to go in and check on those filters. Pretty confident they're going to be plugged. It's just slowly building up as it gets hotter and hotter in the room. My outdoor ambience up at the top, it's 64 degrees outside, so. Like I said, I'm gonna go check those filters. Yeah, I would say those things are plugged. Luckily, this thing has an auto tensioner on the belt. I'm gonna go ahead and change the belt too. This is one of those things where it wasn't exuding the high pressure situation right now, but the fact that it went off on a high pressure lockout more than likely, after it runs longer and longer and the airflow gets reduced more and more, these things are probably, yeah, those things are plugged to the point that they're being sucked in. It looks like it'd been icing up too. So yeah, it definitely got some problems here. So if you guys haven't already done so, get you one of these filter, it's a magnetic filter reacher things. I have no idea who makes it. I just picked it up at a supply house. Had it in my truck forever, but it's telescoping. I know you can use all kinds of funky things, pieces of pipe and stuff, but this thing's nice because it's actually a tool for what it's supposed to be used for. You just yank the filters when you can't reach them. Very nice, because I'm standing up on a ladder where I can't lean into that unit anymore. So nice little tool, and it compresses down to that size. Nice little guy, and it's magnetic too. So cool little thing. Like I said, well, it's called Filter Reach and Magnetic Tool. No idea who makes it. I just know it's called Filter Reach and Magnetic Tool. I'm sure you can Google that. Pretty sure I picked it up at like one of my local refrigeration supply houses. So we are looking a little bit better. I just pulled the filters for now, just wanted to see what it was doing. I'm gonna go pick them up right now. I'll get a new belt too. Like I said, I didn't see a high pressure situation right now, but I just kind of made a guess, and then I went down and confirmed that the filters were plugged, so that would cause a high pressure situation in our instance. So yeah, looking good. Like I said, we'll go get the filters, and then probably gonna tell them we need to come back and clean the coils too, because I know it's been a while since the coils have been cleaned, but I can't do that today. All right, on this one, we had a service call on a heat pump that wasn't working properly like you saw in the video. I found it off on high pressure lockout. I went ahead and reset the high pressure lockout. Did not see anything that jumped in my face saying this was the problem, but I did find that the air filters were over 8 months old. So, and they were plugged, okay? The last time they had been replaced was in June of last year. So went ahead and replaced the air filters, changed the belt. Also found that the idler pulley on the auto tensioner was going bad. So that could be part of the problem too, because it was loose and it could have been binding up and causing, low fan speed issues. Went ahead and recommended replacing the idler pulley to the customer, and they chose to deny the quote. So at this point, I don't know if they're going to end up approving it later, if they're going to use someone else. I have no idea. So that's where we left this one. When I did leave, though, the unit was operating, but that idler pulley, who knows if it's going to fail, who knows, if the belt's going to break or what. But I did put a new belt on there and put some new filters on there, and we also cleaned the evaporator coil on it too. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. Check out those Field Piece S-Man 480s. They're going to be coming out this spring. I think they're a really, really cool tool to add to your arsenal. They're not a one-stop fix everything, but they definitely have a lot of value and some cool features that will help out in unique situations. So, all right, check out these other channels that are popping up, and I will see you guys on the next one.